Nathan, how in the world are you?
I am doing pretty well. Let's see. Last time it was summer.
What have you been up to the last 4 months?
Well, I got my 2DS. Some weirdo gave me a 2DS XL.
Creepy guys.
Yeah, he just like came up to me on the street and he was like, "Hey kid, you want a 2DS?" And I was like, "Sure, dude."
Only the system is free.
Crazy
though.
story. You'd never believe it. And since then, I bought 3 games for it. I got Sonic Generations, Sonic Lost World, and Majora's Mask. So I played Sonic. I know we're gonna do like the segment of what you're playing, but this is games I played. So.
Right, you're not currently playing.
So this is what I've been up to. I played, being it's summer in the past, when it was summer, I had a lot of time on my hands, so I blazed through Sonic Lost World, which I really need to play again because it was fun. I just really like the way it just felt so smooth, like the 3D.
It's a cool concept.
Yeah, and I was thoroughly disappointed. And I get that the Wii U version is probably better, but I was thoroughly disappointed with Generations. I was just because I heard everyone say that it was really good. I heard so many
console.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Sometimes it's like that, It's like
the only reason to play Generations on the 3DS is to see the different stages that they did for that one.
See, okay, did the console version, was it all 2D? Like
no.
So when you were the
modern
new
Sonic,
it was like Lost World.
It wasn't like Lost World. It was more like Sonic Colors or.
But you could still, so you could only go in a straight certain path.
Like boosting.
See, I was so disappointed because I thought...
Yeah, Lost World is the only game that plays just like that.
Yeah, the boost was fun. The boost with the new Sonic was really fun to use. But I was disappointed because I seriously thought that that the new Sonic was going to be like Lost World. It was going to be 3D or wherever. I loved those levels. That was so much fun. So I was kind of disappointed. Honestly, I still haven't even beaten it because the last boss is really frustrating. I'll have to do it at some point. I can't put it off forever, but yeah. And so I played those 2 games, and you told me that I can't play Majora's Mask until I first play Ocarina of Time. So my friend, he has Ocarina of Time, and he doesn't have Majora's Mask. I have Majora's Mask and don't have Ocarina of Time. I wanted to get Ocarina of Time first, but all they had was Majora's Mask, so I was like, okay, I'll take it now, and I'll work on getting Ocarina of Time. So we swapped our 2 games. The reason I haven't played Ocarina of Time yet, though, is because obviously I know it's not really going to change the story for me very much, but I'd like to just play the Zelda games I have in chronological order. So I've been working on beating... I should probably stop there because that's what I'm playing.
Of course.
So
you're playing a Zelda game, though.
Yeah. So let's see. Video games aside, I did some things in the summer. I went some places out of the country. Had some fun. Saw some places
Out of the country.
Which
Go
means...
out the country.
That song is so annoying. Whenever I hear that song, I picture like this really like small dude with like a beard singing to him, like the going up the country. Anyways,
it's probably accurate. It's probably exactly what happened.
But yeah, so summer. The rest of the summer was fun. Then school started back. School's been pretty good. Because I took chemistry last year, I'm in biology now, and biology is just like super easy. Because people usually take it in their sophomore year.
It's a lot easier than chemistry.
It is. And so I'm just kind of like, whatever. It's interesting, but it's easy.
I love
Yeah,
biology.
Genetics, man. That's what I've been going through. Genetics, they're fun. But so yeah, I've gone to lots of. Let's see, I've gone to 2 football games since. I've gone to a concert.
Foosball.
Saw Imagine Dragons. That was cool. Last week actually still pretty fresh. So yeah, I've been well. But now I'm gonna start since you asked me a question, I asked you a question. So I'm gonna start off this segment kicking it off the right way by saying, "What you playing?" I didn't match your voice actually. That was kind of lame. I'm sorry. It's more like what you play. Never mind. Just what are you playing, Steven?
So I think I announced that I was going to go back to playing Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, and that's what I've been doing.
I witnessed it firsthand. It's correct.
Yes.
He's not lying, folks.
And, okay. So because I'll probably forget to do this later, I'm going to go ahead and give a mini review of the game now.
Looks like a pretty cool game.
It is cool. The first game is so much better. The reason for that is...
Now, what console was the first one for?
The first two came out on GameCube.
Oh, okay.
And then the third one came out on the Wii. And the one I'm playing is...
So there's
Metroid.
3 Primes?
Yeah. And they're working on a 4th one for the Switch.
So Metroid Prime, that's like the current like timeline, right? Like,
I think it takes place... I know it's after the first Metroid. It may be... I don't know. I honestly don't know. I just know it's after the first Metroid, but it's not the latest in the series either. But they do happen like all back to back.
yeah.
And then there's Metroid Prime Trilogy, which came out for the Wii, which did all 3 of them with Wii controls. Mm-hmm. And that's how I played the first one also. So the first one was so much better because the world is bigger. What they do with 2 is they don't give you as much to explore, but they kind of do this cheap thing with, there's a light world and there's a dark world.
To make you go back over it.
You go back and forth between the two. Like there's certain puzzles that you have to solve that way. But it's not as fleshed out as you might think. And it just feels smaller. Much smaller than the first game. I also don't like the fact that your alternate beams that you get, in the first game you have Ice Beam, Fire Beam, Wave Beam,
and
all the Power Beam.
The classics.
Right. And all of your alternate beams in 2 cost ammo for some reason.
That's lame.
Yeah. So it's like I'm using Power Beam almost all the time.
Yeah, the only thing that should cost ammo is the missiles.
Right. And those 2 cost ammo. There's some moves you can do that combine the 2.
Yeah.
Like missiles and those alternate beams. And that's like, oh my goodness, I don't want to do those moves because they take up ammo and I want to save it. So I don't like that either. Also, the screw attack was done much better than the first game.
Oh, so you can do it in Metroid Prime 2?
Yeah, I did it really quick. When you were watching it so fast that you may not have even noticed that I did it. But yeah, in the first game, the screw attack just worked a lot better.
Wait, actually, was the screw attack introduced in Prime? Because I don't think it's in the first one, is it?
It's in the very first game. Mm-hmm.
That's the one where she like spins her legs.
You can keep jump constantly. And it's
really... I'm dumb. I'm imagining something else, like that move in Smash where she goes like...
Yeah, it's her up B.
Yeah, but it's not the screw attack.
Yeah, screw attack. What did I say?
No. The move in Smash that I was thinking of is the one where she like her legs like she like spins around in the air and like
no.
Yeah, that's not the screw attack.
No,
I had that in my brain because it looks like a screw because she's
it does.
turning.
That's probably
the
why
screw attack. The name of the actual attack doesn't really make sense.
It's just a flip.
Yeah, it's just the ball in the air, right?
And it's really hard to pull off in 2. Like it took me a long time because you have to double jump and then keep hitting jump, but you can't mash it and you can't go like jump. No. Like you've got to. There's a rhythm to it, and you've got to find it. And it took me a good 10 minutes to figure out.
So how did it work in the last one? Was it just like a button?
I think so. Either that, or they didn't even have the screw attack in Metroid Prime. I'm not 100%. It's been a while since I played this game. In fact, I stepped away from this game for about a year. No, 2 years. I think it's been 2 years since I've played this game.
Wait, the second one or the first?
Yeah, I started it over 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So, sorry, I'm still got chest congestion going on. And also, another thing to complain about, I'm almost at the end of the game, and they pull a Wind Waker.
I don't know what that means.
So
I know what the reference is, but
well, in Wind Waker, towards the end of the game, you have to do a fetch quest where you have to find like pieces of the Triforce at sea, and a lot of people, even if they love the game, they hate that part of it. That's what they're making me do in Metroid Prime 2. It's like I've gotten everything together. I've done all the things I'm supposed to do, and then they're like,
I've done what you asked.
There's 9 keys that you need to find, and they're just hidden all over the place, and you have to go, and they're
for no reason.
They're invisible, by the way, so you have to use a very specific scanner that's had almost no use in the whole game except for one enemy. Yeah.
It's basically just, we want this game to be longer, but we were running out of ideas. Right. So, go do this.
They just artificially make the game longer.
Yeah, that's kind of annoying.
So, yeah. So, I do not like it as much as the first game. And on top of that, I'm also playing Mega Man Extreme, which is extreme. We leave out the E at the beginning.
When was that made?
So it was made for the Game Boy Color, to give you an idea of when it came out. Mm-hmm. And at first, I thought it was like a remake of Mega Man X for the Game Boy Color.
Extreme, yeah.
Right. Because it plays like it, but they kind of do this thing where they pull a Kingdom Hearts, where it's like, oh no, someone's hacking into the computer, and they're using all this data from the past, like your past adventures, X. So you play through levels and bosses from Mega Man X and X2. So it's kind of like a, Kingdom Hearts thing. Or it's like, oh, it's kind of a remix of previous games. Mm-hmm. But it's actually not too bad. The controls the physics take some getting used to. Like, let's say you're running at 1 speed and then you jump off a wall. When you launch off that wall, you fly like twice as fast as you run.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it takes some getting used to with that. But yeah, once you get used to it, you can master it just like any other Mega Man game.
Yeah.
And I'm liking it a lot. I'm about halfway through it, I think.
So, Metroid Prime 2, it's still like a good game though, right?
Yeah, it's still a good game. But, play the first one.
Yeah. And
then play the second one, and it's kind of like, it had a pretty intriguing story at first. Mm-hmm. But it's, one plays Metroid games for the story.
Yeah, you can tell that they didn't really go like when they were making the second one, they weren't really trying to up the first one, right? I mean, because it sounds like it fell short in a lot of ways.
Yeah, they tried to bring in like other people like Samus, like the Federation Force, like you find their bodies around on this planet that you're on, but and Metroid Prime 2 does follow up on something that happens in the first game. And I won't spoil that, but that is kind of the whole reason why she's doing what she's doing.
Oh, okay.
So, enough about me. What you playing?
Well, as I alluded to earlier, I have not played Majora's Mask. No, not Majora's Mask. Ocarina of Time on my 2DS yet because I'm trying to play them in chronological order, and the other 2 Zelda games I have are on the NES Classic, Legend of Zelda, and then Link's Adventure of Link. Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah. Zelda 2 Adventure of Link.
Yeah, the Adventure of Link. So right now I'm currently playing through The Legend of Zelda. I'm using a game guide, whatever. Call me a cheater, I don't care.
There are some games which are enjoyed best with a guide, and Zelda is that type of game.
There's just a lot. Sorry. There's a lot to do, and there's not a lot of indication of what you're supposed to do. So
yeah, there's none.
I mean, I don't even have a manual, so it's like So right now I'm on like the, all the dungeons are like named by like about like animals or whatever. I think I'm on like Dragon Dungeon or something like that.
Okay.
And
as what number it is?
I think it's like I feels like it's like the fifth dungeon I've done.
Okay.
Also, okay, I'm confused. I thought the Triforce was gonna be like a triangle, and then a triangle, but the whole thing.
It's just a triangle. Well, there's 3 Triforces. This game only has 2 of them.
So I'm only completing one part of the big Triforce.
Of the complete Triforce.
The whole time I thought I was gonna be getting like, because you know how it's like this and then this and then this and then this. But then like I got this and this and I was like, okay, I got one part of the Triforce. And then the next one I got like filled in like a thing underneath it, and I was like, what? The whole thing's gonna be filled out?
Yep.
So I'm just getting like one part of like the three things.
I think technically you're putting the Triforce of... Is it the Triforce of Power?
There's a lot of pieces to this Triforce.
Because Princess Zelda has one.
Oh, okay.
And then you're trying to put one together that someone separated. I don't know if it was... I think it was Zelda that separated it, but...
But yeah, so I didn't know that, but so that was weird. But yeah, like we've discussed, the Wizzrobes, man, they're brutal. Like, especially I think it's the blue ones like that are the better ones. That like it was bad enough
through the walls.
Yeah, it was bad enough that like the yellow ones, they were like, I could get used to those because like, you know, they'd appear and then they'd shoot and they just shoot in a straight line and they'd stay in where they are when they appear, and I could move out of the way. But the blue ones, they're like all over the place. They like teleport
and they never
walk
stop.
around. Yeah,
they never stop moving.
Yeah, it's like, man. So
and it's just like room after room after room, and you're just okay.
Fortunately, I think I have a lot of rubies right now, so I guess what I'm gonna have to do is leave the dungeon and buy one of them like potions that works twice. Like I think it's like a blue. No, it's red and then it's blue and then it's gone. Right? Why can't I hold more of those? By the way, I wish I could. I can only have one.
One potion?
Yeah, one at a time. It stinks, but whatever. So yeah, it's
old school gaming.
It's really fun. It's a lot more fun than I thought it would be, honestly. I don't know. I'd always just seen like screenshots and was like, that looks kind of lame. But like, it's kind of fun to like shoot people with my sword and stuff.
Laser sword.
Yeah, laser sword. It's like,
but only when your hearts are full.
Yeah, because that. I don't know. I guess he's like at full strength. So he's like, did they ever bring that back in the Zelda game where he shoots swords out of his hand? Really?
Yeah.
Like
A Link to the Past.
Oh, because he goes into the past and then you can shoot swords.
When you get the Master Sword, you can shoot beams.
What was the Link to the Past made on?
Super Nintendo.
So he shoots like, oh yeah, duh, I've played that. That's the one with pink hair. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I've played a little bit of that. But yeah, it's a good game. I just need to finish it so that I can then go to Adventure of Link and then get to my DS, because the DS is just so much easier to play on. Like, it's so much more convenient. I just pick it up and play it, like, rather than having to turn on the TV and like, I don't know. It just feels like much more of like a production. So I haven't really gotten around to it as much as I should. So yeah, that's what I'm playing.